Think about the last time you started a new role or learned a new skill. Remember that overwhelming feeling when too much information comes to you too quickly? Now imagine that feeling amplified across different time zones, cultures, and even work environments. Today, we're tackling the second critical business mistake owners make when building their global teams, which is information overload. Now, this isn't just about throwing too much at someone too quickly. It's about understanding why our natural instinct to share absolutely everything often leads to the exact opposite of what we're actually trying to achieve. Now let's look at some startling statistics about how information overload affects learning productivity. The training crisis. Now, 94% of productivity loss is attributed to distractions and interruptions. 42% of employees actually find their initial training exhausting due to so much information overload. Even that, 43% of employees report that their training is outdated before they even use it. Now, retention. Now, with retention, new employees typically retain only 20% of what they're taught in your traditional training sessions. Nearly half of employees consider their formal training useless despite record spending on training. Mental traffic jams occur when cognitive overload sets in, dramatically reducing any learning efficiency. Now, what impact does that have on the business? Well, remote workers require 25% more time to process new information. Task switching can reduce productivity by 40%. Information retention drops by 30% when dealing with multiple communication channels. Yet, despite these well-documented limitations, most business owners still try to compress months of their knowledge into a few days of training. The result? Well, overwhelmed team members, missed details, and frustrated leaders. The consequences of information overload extend far beyond simple confusion. It affects cognitive impact. Increased anxiety and avoidance behavior among team members, mental traffic jams, just leading to slower completion of times, reduced decision-making ability under pressure. And that's going to compromise quality. You'll get critical details get lost in information. Important processes get abbreviated or skipped. Standards slip as people struggle to cope with the volume. Customer satisfaction also drops due to inconsistent performances. And then you got to worry about the employee engagement. Confidence erodes under constant information pressure. The initiative decreases when someone is overwhelmed with stress. Higher staff turnover rates due to frustration and burnout. And then decreased morale affecting the entire team dynamics. Then when you look at all that, you're looking at the business performance. Reduced customer satisfaction due to poor employee performance, increased costs from constant retraining, lost productivity from ineffective learning, delayed product completion, and missed deadlines. The irony, well, in trying to set our teams up for success by giving them everything, we're actually setting them up for failure. This is why 53% of organizations are now prioritizing new approaches to training and development. The solution isn't about providing less information. It's about structuring it more effectively. This is where micro-learning becomes crucial. Bite-sized learning helps break down complex processes into focused, digestible models. Increase learning efficiency by 17% through structured chunks. Deliver single concept lessons that prevent mental fatigue. Create clear distraction-free learning materials. Provide flexible learning framework, like implement just-in-time learning access. Allow self-paced progression, not just your classroom. Enable on-demand review of materials and structure your content for a spaced repetition. That allows for progressive knowledge-based building. So focus on one clear objective per module. Build connections to existing knowledge that they have. Allow mastery before progression. Create natural learning pathways. That's going to help you verify their performance by implementing checkpoint systems, verify their understanding regularly, adapt a pace of comprehension, and track their progress systematically. The key is shifting from information dumping to strategic knowledge building. Each piece of information should have its place and purpose in your team's development. So let's break down how to implement this micro-learning approach effectively. You'd start by maybe week one, the foundation building. Essential systems access through bite-sized tutorials, basic protocols delivered in 5 to 10 minute modules. Primary tasks broken down into single concept lessons, and focus on 20% that drives 80% of the results. Clean, intuitive learning materials without distractions. Then between weeks 2 and 3, structured learning process for just-in-time learning modules for specific tasks, spaced repetition of critical concepts, quality standards introduced systematically with regular comprehension checks. On-demand access to reference materials is key, where they can log in at their own time and catch up on training. Between weeks 4 and 6, well, this is more advanced integration. So complex tasks broken into micro modules, initiative development with structured support, performance optimization through targeted learning, flexible access to more advanced training lessons, and continuous feedback and adjustment. Communication here is key. Now, the beauty of this approach is its flexibility. Team members can revisit modules exactly when needed, reducing cognitive lead and improving retention. We've seen teams retain up to 65% more information compared to traditional training methods. You got to remember, building expertise isn't about speed. It's about creating sustainable, applicable knowledge that grows with your business. When businesses get this right, training effectiveness increases by 40%. Task proficiency develops 30% faster. The error rates drop significantly and team confidence grows steadily. Further, leadership trust strengthens. Most importantly, you build a foundation for sustainable growth rather than creating a cycle of constant retraining. In our next video, we'll explore the third critical mistake, which is misaligning skills and expectations. You'll learn exactly how to ensure you're building the right capabilities in the right way. So subscribe to ensure you don't miss it. And remember, effective delegation isn't about dumping information. It's about understanding. This is about more than just training. It's about creating a team that can truly help you scale your business.